Great story on silver. And my guess is that 99.9% of you in this room today are here to try and figure out how you're going to make money in the next year. So I hope my story will convince you to join CMC Metals in the exploration we're going to undertake in this year. It's going to be an exciting story, and we hope we're going to generate a wealthy return for every one of you who would decide to invest in us on Monday morning. So I'm going to make some forward-looking statements. So the story is, I'm only going to talk about this project. We have 6 others. Let's face it, we only got so much time. So we're in Silverknife. We're in northern BC, and we picked up this project a couple of years ago. We picked it up because, first of all, it was neighboring one of the highest grade underground silver lead zinc mines in the world called Silvertip. It's owned by a company called Core. They have 5 projects, 4 of them are operating mines. It was road accessible. It had a nice silver prospect which wasn't drilled fully off. It had lovely grades, and so we decided to pick it up. Here's a picture of this Silvertip mine up in northern BC. The grades are just phenomenal on this thing. You'll have to look at them. I'm not going to go through them, but if you review the presentation on my website afterwards, you'll be convinced that these are solid plays. There was some historical drilling, and we had some weighted assay average values of 511 grams ton silver, 3.7 grams ton gold, 12.5% lead, and 4.8% zinc. Now, do I need to persuade you that this is high-grade material? Let's face it, we're dealing with lovely grade material in this belt. This silver belt is like the belt in Idaho and in northern Mexico. Very nice material, lots of potential. And so we feel that this belt in Yukon and northern BC is very comparable to those silver belts. So when we went in, what the kind of data I was looking at, I was told we've got these lovely anomalies. We're in the right kind of rocks. It's called McDame there. It's a limestone. It's the host rock of Silvertip. And we had a bunch of additional data. Well, we didn't do anything for a year. And then we decided we had 5 properties actually in this belt. And we decided to run some airborne geophysics. And out of that came a whole whack of high conductive areas. And Peter has told you silver is a very conductive mineral. So that kind of get us onto the story that maybe we were actually onto something here. So then we decided, well, we better try to test out this conductor a little bit more. So we go and do what's called a gravity survey. And you see that area with the circle there, that's a gravity anomaly. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that afterwards. But here's what the conductors look. And one of the conductors went from one side of the property to the other. The drill holes are the Silverknife prospect. And you can see that they kind of missed the conductor in the first place. So we're very optimistic that the Silverknife prospect itself needs a lot more drilling to hit those conductive areas. So the gravity anomaly is interesting because gravity says it measures the density in the ground. And lead and zinc are very dense. And so you want to find something that's a lot density, it's got high gravity with it, and that's going to be a formula that says maybe when you drill that thing, you got a fairly high probability that you're actually going to hit lead and zinc down there. So this is what we're going to test. We're going to drill it this year with 3,000 meters of drilling. We're going to possibly put a couple of holes in the Silverknife prospect, but this is one nice target. You can see the access road goes right through the middle of the area, which is a rare thing in the north, so I don't buy properties that don't have access roads. Frankly, they're hard to permit. So having this access road right off of the Silvertip Mine Road is a big plus in this property. Now, we also bought this because we were right next door to the mine. And this is owned by Core, and they're saying some very nice things about this area. They're saying that the resources at Silvertip are considered to be a very small part of what they figure they're going to find in this area. And they're putting a major program together. They've defined what they call this hub and spoke. But one of those yellow dots, just northeast of Silvertip there, that is the northwest of it, is the Silver Knife prospect. And so we're in one of those structural belts that they consider to be very high probability of fitting it. Here's a look at the picture of the hills around there and the areas that they're going to cover. Now, the other thing they figure they're committed to this area. If you look at their plans, they're committing 45% of their drilling exploration budget in this area in the next 3 years. Now, that's a pretty big commitment for a mid-tier company, and it kind of gives you a hint that they think there's a lot more to find in this area. And we're right next to them, and we're convinced we're going to find stuff along with them. They're going to drill 150,000 meters underground and 100,000 meters on surface. That's a big program in anybody's world. So this is very convincing. They're looking at 1,800 meters, but what they've already discovered is the initial thought of this was that in this blue, which is the McDame limestone, that the deposits were pretty much isolated to the top of this thing. Well, they're starting to find out that throughout the whole McDame formation, it's very prospective for these type of deposits called carbonate replacement deposits. So what do we have? In the northern part, everything in the light blue is that McDame. So right over our target area, we're underlain by McDame limestones. Perfect. We got the right geology. We got the right setting because these carbonate replacement deposits, carbonate, limestone, the same thing. So we want that kind of geology. The other thing you'll see from some of these things is you'll see that the yellow and the pink and the purple and the blues are repeated because these things are being thrust around. And that thrust is going right through where our gravity anomaly. So we got structure, we got geology. Let's go on. And further, we got geochem right on our neighborhood from their work. We know we got geochem that's positive. We got geochem on our own property. And so right now we got geology, structure, geochemistry, and geophysics. Wonderful combination. So in summary then, I just want to say that, it's very exciting being right next door to one of the most exciting unfolding silver, lead, zinc plays in this world, as far as I'm concerned. This is a very underexplored belt. It's very unknown. There's only 2 of us in this belt. There is another player up in the north who's coming back in. And we're 18 cents right now. So we're a great deal. You can buy us on Monday. You can put 10,000 bucks in, or you can put 50,000 bucks in, or you can wait for our private placement. So you can phone our office and say, the next placement you guys get into, we'd like to be in on it. So it's your choice, but I think that we've worked hard. We're a simple company. We put our money in the ground. We don't have fancy offices. We keep money tight. We spend it where it should go, in the ground. And by the way, I'm not one of those CEOs that doesn't get out there. I work in the trenches, alongside my people, alongside the sampling. I watch what my drillers are doing. I watch what everybody does in my company, and we keep tight controls on everything. So you got some sense that hopefully, the guy out there working along with everybody else is doing the right thing for you. And that's all I can do is try to work as hard as I can, and my team work very hard to give you guys a good return. So get out there on Monday and buy me, and thank you very much. We're CMB on the TSX-V.